everybody, it's Victoria Marie and I'm back with another layout. This is going to be a quick layout. This layout was inspired by a Wednesday Hump Day challenge that I host every Wednesday on the Victoria Marie Facebook group, and that's me showing you the sketch that I picked. There's actually two sketches. There's one that's a regular scrapbook sketch, like the one that I'm doing now, and the one that I showed you, and then there's another sketch that's a Project Life sketch. So if you're part of the group or want to become a part of the group, just look at the link in the description and come play along with us. We host it every Wednesday. There's no rules, just play along. All right, so what I did was I cut out some paper from my, well, the last remaining papers from my April Scraptastic kit, and I've been wanting to use these papers up. I've been trying to work through this kit, and I've got my May kit just sitting there, and my June kit's going to be here in probably a few weeks, so I'm kind of behind. But in any event, I have this background paper that has the hellos written across it, and it's written in black as well as gold, and so I was really trying to figure out how to use this, and I'm typically very challenged on using these types of papers because my first inclination is to cut it up, and then I decided, no, I'm going to use it as my background. And that was designed by Jen Hatfield, and that's part of her homemade collection. Then the strips of paper going vertical down the page are from these, are exclusive to the kit, with the exception, I believe, of the blue paper that I think is from My Mind's Eye. And from the On Trend collection. No, that would be the striped pink and white paper. And then the blue paper and the white paper with the paint swipes across it, that is exclusive to the kit. And then I cut a piece of black cardstock as a part of the trim that's going vertical. And the black and white striped paper, I believe, was also exclusive to the kit. So I'm just following the sketch. This photo is a photo of my little Corinne. And that day we had eaten lunch. Oh, and I'm showing you the stamps that I used. I mean, the not the stamps, but the punches I used to create the borders on those strips of paper. Okay, so we were coming out of lunch, and Corinne had these little clip-on earrings. We haven't pierced her ears. I just decided that'll be her decision to do, and she's not quite ready. And so she got all dressed, and she put on these little clip-on earrings, and they were little black roses, and she ended up losing one as we were coming out of the restaurant. Now, for those of you who have little kids, when they lose something, it's like the end of the world. And plus it was pouring rain, and so I'm going back and I'm trying to look for this little tiny black rose earring, and of course I don't find it. So we're on our way to the mall anyway, and so we said, you know what, we'll just stop at Claire's and we'll get you a pair of earrings. And so that's what we did, and she picked out these sweet little cupcake earrings, which are very, very precious, and I think she may have lost them. So the joys of being a parent of a little kid. Okay, so the title is going to read Cupcake. And I snapped this picture of her. We had been walking around the mall and shopping and whatever, and we decided to take a break. And so that's her sipping on her lemonade and posing for me as I took this picture of her with her cute little earrings on. Okay, so now that I've gotten the layout pretty much the way that I wanted, I added the title, which is a thicker font. I don't think I mentioned that already. And that is called Imprint. The kit came with these flowers. They're really thick flowers. They just kind of stand up tall. And those are from Jen Hatfield as well. And they just kind of been hanging out because I didn't quite know how I wanted to use them. And I decided, you know what, I'm trying to use up all these things. Let me just put it on the layout. So I did. And it kind of makes it a little bulky, but that's okay. Then I grab a die cut that says, move my arm, Loved and Adored. And some wood veneers that came exclusive to the kit, and they're sort of circle veneers with a fancy design. They kind of look like flowers, but anyway. So I'm trying to make clusters at either end of the layout. I add a flare that says Fly Away, and then an acrylic arrow, which I'm going to change out for a lighter blue one, which now that I look at it, I kind of like the darker one. Anyway, so I'm going to put that arrow there, and then a couple little chip die cut stars in gold. And I think I'm happy with all of that, so I'm going to go ahead and adhere all of that down. And then I also added a tab that says I Am, and I'm going to end up moving that tab to the top in just a few. So I'm going to adhere that flare down, get that last wood veneer, and the arrow. And so far it's looking good. And I'm telling you, that background page just really does all the work. I didn't feel the need to have to over embellish, and I was really trying not to. So I moved that tab to the top, and I think that works out there very well. And then I grabbed this key chipboard die cut, And it really doesn't go with really the theme of the layout, but it was there. So I decided to use it. And sometimes this is kind of how it is. You have something hanging around on your desk or your collections and you just use it. It looks good. You don't know why. It just looks good. So I'm trying to decide where I want that die cut piece, and I settled on that. Now I'm looking at the sketch to see how closely I followed it. And there's some parts of it that I didn't. And I'm going to slow things down a bit so you can see the layout. I just love this picture. She just looks so cute. And her earrings are so cute. And she says to me, "Mommy, I'm not ready to pierce my ears." And I'm like, "Well, that's okay, baby. You don't have to be ready. Thank God for clip-ons, all right?" Pictures are coming up, and I'll see you guys next time.